Good morning, everyone. I'm John Gray, the Director of the National Museum of American History, and I am so pleased to have you all here as we mark both Citizenship Day and Constitution Day in Flag Hall, the home of the Star-Spangled Banner, the flag that inspired our national anthem. I would like to acknowledge the terrible shooting that happened yesterday at Navy Yard. It is in times like this that it is so important that we come together as American citizens. We wish to extend a very warm welcome to the 25 candidates for citizenship and their families. We also are pleased to have leaders today from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Agency for U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, and the Acting Secretary of Homeland Security, Rand Beers, the Director of USCIS, Alejandro Mayorkas, and Ms. Sarah Taylor, the District Director from the Washington District Office. We're especially appreciative of the special guests who are with us this morning, Ms. Danielle Gray, Cabinet Secretary and Assistant to the President, and to our keynote speaker, Mr. Sree Sreenivasan, Chief Digital Officer at the Metropolitan Museum of Art and Adjunct Professor at the Columbia Journalism School. This ceremony is also being webcast live through the USCIS portal, so welcome to those who are tuning in from their desks and portable devices. People come to our capital city, the National Mall, and our museum to fully sense and understand America. They come in times of celebration, and you can see the emotion on the faces of children, grandparents, and visitors from all over the world as they stand and form a replica of the enormous Star-Spangled Banner as part of our ongoing programs here in Flag Hall. At American History, our mission is clear. We help people understand the past in order to make sense of the present, to shape a more humane future. We believe that if we express the one story of America, inclusive, dynamic, complicated, the American public can be more responsible for and engaged in our nation. Today's naturalization ceremony is a profound experience. Here, in front of the Star-Spangled Banner, the flag that stands for freedom and justice for all, 25 people from 25 countries will become American citizens. To start our ceremony, please welcome Ms. Sarah Taylor, the District Director of USCIS, Washington's District Office.
Good morning and welcome. To begin our ceremony, please stand and remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Smithsonian Institution Office of Protection Services Honor Guard and the singing of the national anthem by Arvivas Amos from the National Museum of the American Indian. Please be seated. Thank you so much, Ms. Amos. That was really quite beautiful. It's my pleasure to introduce to you U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Director Alejandro Mayorkas, who will call the countries and present the candidates.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Thank you for that exquisitely beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Thank you, Director Gray, and thank you to all our friends and colleagues of the magnificent National Museum of American History for hosting us today. Secretary Beers, Cabinet Secretary Gray, Mr. Srenivasan, and candidates for naturalization, family, friends, and guests of the museum, thank you for being with us here today. My name is Alejandro Mayorkas. I'm the Director of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, and I myself am a naturalized citizen, having arrived in this country as a refugee from Cuba. It is an honor to be here today on Constitution Day and Citizenship Day, a day established to recognize all who have become American citizens and to celebrate the rights and responsibilities of United States citizenship. Today is also the anniversary of the day our founding fathers signed the United States Constitution on September 17th, 1787. In a moment, Secretary of Homeland Security Rand Beers will administer the oath of allegiance. Secretary Beers has dedicated his entire career to public service, first as an officer of the United States Marines and Rifle Company commander in Vietnam, then in an illustrious career in both the Foreign Service and the Civil Service of our federal government. Secretary Beers, we are honored by your presence today. Today, we welcome 25 candidates for United States citizenship from 25 different countries. Candidates, when you hear your country of nationality called, please stand and remain standing for the administration of the oath of allegiance. Bolivia, Bulgaria, Egypt, France, Ghana, Honduras, India, Iran, Iraq, Jamaica, Mauritania, Mexico, Morocco, Nepal, Nigeria, Pakistan, Peru, Philippines, Portugal, Sierra Leone, Taiwan, United Kingdom, Uruguay, Venezuela, Vietnam. If I did not call your country of nationality, please stand and remain standing. Secretary Beers, I present to you 25 candidates who have applied to become citizens of the United States. Each of the candidates has been interviewed by an officer of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services and, unless exempted by the law, has demonstrated the ability to read, write, and speak words in the English language. Each has demonstrated his or her knowledge and understanding of the history and principles and form of government of the United States. Secretary Beers, I recommend that these candidates be administered the oath of allegiance, thereby admitting them to United States citizenship.
Thank you, Ali, and distinguished guests and candidates for citizenship, good morning. What a glorious day. 25 candidates from 25 countries. It's my distinct honor and privilege to administer the oath of allegiance to these candidates for naturalization assembled here today. So candidates, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Please join me in congratulating these. Please be seated. I am honored to be the first person to recognize you as my fellow Americans. Today, across the United States, we are honoring the 226th anniversary of the signing of our Constitution in 1787. Over the past 4.5 years, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has naturalized nearly 3 million Americans, including thousands of U.S. military personnel. The important and valued authority granted to DHS gives us a deep appreciation of our nation's strong tradition of welcoming immigrants who come from around the world to seek a better life, and reinforces our commission to uphold it. And we are going to continue to honor our heritage as a nation of immigrants and make sure that immigrants from all over the world are afforded the opportunity to naturalize, become a part of our great nation, and contribute their talents, energy, and ideas and abilities to the United States of America. I can think of no better way to honor our nation's founding charter than swearing in new citizens such as you. With a single solemn oath, you are now Americans. You have all the rights and freedoms that our Constitution guarantees, as well as the responsibilities that come from being a citizen. For more than 2 centuries, Americans have strived to form a more perfect union. Like you, they have come from many backgrounds and faiths, many traditions and cultures. Generation after generation, they have embraced the common factor that unites all of us: civic ideals based on equal rights and shared responsibilities. I encourage each of you to consider the great privilege these new rights bestow and the importance of your new responsibilities. Use your voice to make a difference in your community. Vote, volunteer, participate, and become engaged in the issues that are important to you and your family. Work to ensure that American society reflects who you are, what you think, because this country stands to benefit from your involvement, your ideas, and your perspective. This day is an important milestone for you. It marks the end of the journey towards citizenship, yet it also marks the start of your new life as an active United States citizen. I hope you will take advantage of the many opportunities that are now yours, and know that you will continue to use your talents to improve this country, your country. And we are so grateful to you because in doing so, you contribute to the success of our nation. So congratulations again to you on this very, very special day.
Thank you, Secretary Beers. I would like to take a moment to pause and, if I can, recognize one of our newest citizens who has served in our armed forces on behalf of our country even before becoming a citizen of that country. Sir, if you would be so kind as to stand and be recognized. Today, we are also honored to be joined by Danielle Gray, Assistant to the President of the United States and Cabinet Secretary. Secretary Gray serves as President Obama's primary liaison to the Cabinet departments and agencies, helping to shape and coordinate policy across the administration. Prior to serving in her current capacity, Secretary Gray served as Deputy Director of the National Economic Council and Deputy Assistant to the President for Economic Policy, where she focused on labor, education, and training. Please join me in welcoming Secretary Danielle Gray.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Secretary Beers and Director Gray. And I want to say a special thanks to Director Mayorkas for the great work you've done as the head of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. I also want to thank our honored guests who are here today for all the work you do every day to make the promise of this country so great. Good morning, everyone. I want to say greetings to family members, loved ones, colleagues, friends, everyone who's came today to witness this very special occasion. And of course, to our newest American citizens, congratulations on behalf of the Obama administration. We're so thrilled to officially welcome you as citizens and full members of our American family. And I'm especially honored and humble to be able to join you today on behalf of the Obama administration and the President of the United States. This morning, as was mentioned, we welcome 25 new citizens representing 25 different countries, from Bolivia to Egypt, from Nigeria to Taiwan. And I thought, I was really struck when I read the bios of all of you that you all really belong here. That this is your country now, and your story is very much bound up in the American story. And if you'll let me, I thought I would share a few of the stories I read that particularly struck me. Some of you came here as children or as refugees. You went to school here and college here or received master's degrees here. You served in the military here. As a child of Bulgaria, Dimitar heard stories passed down through the generations from his grandfather, who had come to America in the 1930s but returned to his home country and lost his life fighting in World War II. For Dimitar, being here is a fulfillment of his great-grandfather's dream, so congratulations to you. Daryl was born in the Philippines. Where's Daryl? Please stand, Daryl. He was raised by a single mother. He was the first person in his family to go to college, and he graduated with high honors from college. Today, he has a job offer from one of America's great companies, and he says that in no other country in the world would his story be possible. Thanks, Daryl. And Sina came to this country as a refugee from Nigeria. I think I switched the stories there, so I apologize for that. Sima was raised by a single mother. Daryl, stand back up. Daryl, born in the Philippines, always saw his family with voting stickers, but he had felt left out, so he's excited to not just watch from the sidelines now, but be a part of the process. So Daryl and Sina, we're very proud of you both, and the next time I come to one of these, I'm going to bring my glasses. Thank you all. There's so many other stories just like that, and I hope that after this event, everyone has a chance to interact with this incredible group of people. I know that this is an opportunity for many of you for political freedom, for economic opportunity, for the chance to get the job or start a business or to be here with your family reunited. And so I understand how much this day means to you. But I also want you to understand that your being here, is an opportunity for all of us. For it is each of you here today, with your passion and your diversity, with your skills and experience and energy, it is each of you that makes this country strong. Our prosperity, our growth, our ethnic richness, American ingenuity, all of that depends on people like the men and women here today coming to this country together for a better life, enriching us all and making our country stronger. As many of you know, President Obama has made enacting comprehensive immigration reform one of our top priorities this year, and I'm very proud to work with many of my colleagues at Homeland Security and others on this effort. In June of this year, we saw the Senate act together in a bipartisan way to make that a reality, in part because we know that immigration reform is necessary. It speaks to our values as a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. It's the right thing to do because our system is broken, and we also know that the cost of inaction are simply too high. So these are real impacts that would benefit everyone, and no one knows that better than the men and women who are here today. I said before that citizenship comes with certain rights, but it also comes with certain responsibilities, and as we celebrate Constitution Day, we're very, very mindful of that. Responsibilities to participate in our democracy, responsibilities to help those in need, responsibilities to engage in your local communities and help those who maybe don't have all of the opportunities that have been provided with you, so that they too can enjoy the promise of this great nation. So you are citizens now, and this is your country, and my one ask of you is that you make your citizenship count. So I'll end where I started, by welcoming you, by congratulating your families, and I'd ask you all to stand now to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, which we'll say together. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Secretary Gray, for bringing us those meaningful words and the congratulations from the President of the United States. Museums have to embrace the way people think today, how they learn today, how they use technology as an opportunity to create vibrant exhibitions and programs. One of the essential ongoing American stories is the constant renewal of the nation by the addition of new citizens. To become citizens, our candidates have studied diligently to learn our country's history. We at American History offer many ways for people to learn, using many different platforms to give them greater access to our collections and expertise. One of our websites that we are very proud of is Preparing for the Oath. Thanks to a grant from USCIS, it allows aspiring citizens to prep for the civics portion of the test using quizzes, videos, activities designed around artifacts from the Smithsonian's collections, from Thomas Jefferson's writing desk to lesser-known objects like census posters from the 1930s and the 1940s. It presents civics and American history as only the Smithsonian can, based on the fascinating, iconic objects we hold in trust for the American people. Today's ceremony is also embracing technology and social media with the Twitter hashtag #NewUSCitizen. So it is fitting that our keynote speaker, the recently appointed Chief Digital Officer at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, is one of the people you can follow. He's a recently naturalized American citizen, and of course, he shared his own experiences on Twitter. He is a teacher, a blogger, a technology evangelist, and a startup expert. We are delighted to bring someone here so clearly steeped in effective ways of educating and communicating. Please join me in extending a Smithsonian welcome to Mr. Sree Sreenivasan.
Secretary Beers, Secretary Gray, Director Mayorkas, Director Gray, distinguished guests, families, and my fellow citizens. It's an immense honor for me to be with you here this morning. I think we're all standing a little straighter this morning, and we are even more aware of today's significance after yesterday's tragic events. The flags outside may be at half-mast, but they fly high and in all their glory in our hearts. I realize my remarks are the only thing standing between you and your naturalization certificates, so I will be brief. Congratulations on becoming naturalized U.S. citizens. I know better than most folks what a great feeling it is. Unlike most of the previous speakers, except Director Mayorkas, who's been through this himself, I don't have a lifetime of experience as a U.S. citizen or stories of multiple generations of being American. My wife and I became citizens only in May this year. I think they wanted the newest citizen to come and speak to you today. I was born in Tokyo to Indian diplomats. My father had no problem picking me out in the window. He said, "The brown one is mine." I also had a chance I came to this country at the age of 9 after having lived in, among other places, Moscow at the height of the Soviet Union. I could never have imagined standing before you in this special building, in this special hall, in front of this special group. Each of our new citizens has received copies of an ad that runs every July 4th in the New York Times. It's from the Carnegie Corporation and is the annual salute to immigrants, the pride of America. You see, Mr. Carnegie was an immigrant himself from Scotland, and he helped transform this country through his hard work, his vision, and generosity. I was honored to be included in this year's list. Only America would welcome, nurture, and celebrate such a wide variety of achievers. The German creator of Google's driverless car, Sebastian Thrun. Nina Khrushcheva, the granddaughter of the former Soviet leader who famously promised to bury the West. And yes, Harold from the movie Harold and Kumar, the actor John Cho from South Korea. Kumar, who was played by actor Kal Penn, was born in New Jersey. By the way, the teenage version of me would have been thrilled to be right next to longtime pop star Sheena Easton, who was born in Scotland, like we are in this ad, standing right next to each other. But I want you to notice, when you look at the ad, another name very similar to mine in the top row over here. That's Sree Sreenivasan, who's being sworn in officially next week as a judge in the second highest court in the land. He and I aren't related, but we both have fathers named T.P. Srinivasan and twin children. The fact that two people with similar names from India, he spells his name with an I use two E's, have been able to achieve something isn't a tribute to these Sree Sreenivasans, it's a tribute to this great country, its institutions, and its people. Seeing all those fascinating people was an inspiration to me, and I hope you'll share the ad with your family and friends and let it inspire others too. Before I leave, I'd like to make a request. You may have read recently that more than 8.5 million permanent residents have chosen not to go the extra step of becoming U.S. citizens for a variety of reasons. But getting a green card and not becoming a citizen means those people are staying on the sidelines. But staying on the sidelines is not an option any longer. I hope you will take it upon yourself to encourage your friends and family to take that last step and go that final mile. Let them experience today as well. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and God bless America.
Thank you for those inspiring remarks. At this time, we're going to ask the candidates to cross the stage as I call your name so you can get your naturalization certificates. If I can ask my special guest to create a receiving line here. Jordan Craig O'Malley. Ahmed Imara. Oluwasina Chida Joseph Ojanigi. Gwendolyn Mary Davies. Chin Lung Lee. Federico Milton Sole Beninka. Nasir Mahmood. Tu Tran Nguyen. Shankar Prasad Satula. Olivia Interias Rojas. Daryl Dizan Aspecto. Edis Umberto Avila Reyes. Gifty Apuko. Zahira Amache. Claudio Francisco Ferraro. Christina Jennifer Davila. Carmelo Flores Sanchez. Potiraj Selravej. Mohammed Salem Old Hamin. Pasqualina Maria Manziano Barilli. Salma Afzal Mangal. Dimitar George Mavrov. Philip Probin Stevens. Salim Alous Yusuf Al-Yusuf. And last, Ali Meshkar.
America has a wonderfully complicated history based on a grand experiment that is still being played out in our lives today. So I leave you with the question, how can we as citizens with a greater understanding of American history create a more humane nation? Congratulations on your new citizenship. We welcome everyone to share the thoughts and photos from today's ceremony through Twitter using the hashtag New U.S. Citizen. To our audience, thank you for being part of this special ceremony. The Star-Spangled Banner exhibition will open shortly. It's right behind us. To our new citizens and your families, there will be opportunities for media interviews and photos. And to all of our guests, we appreciate your participation in one of the great traditions of American democracy, the opportunity to choose to become a citizen of the United States. My thanks to the Smithsonian Institution Office of Protection Services Honor Guard. These flags are our icons of our democracy. Please stand as they retire the colors.
That concludes today's ceremony. Thank you all. Please enjoy the museum, and congratulations to our newest Americans.
Really?